Well, hello there, Instagrammers. I'm coming to you live from the carpool. It's been an interesting week so far. I'm really excited for a lot of you guys who have been able to take advantage of, oh my gosh, this guy is driving crazy. Another dad. Just cracks me up how these dads just roll all over the place in here. So, I'm excited for these estheticians, especially now you guys are really starting to understand your business. I've been getting a lot of messages from different estheticians across the world, from the UK, from Australia, from New Zealand, who are really starting to look at their business very differently. If you weren't on with my Facebook Live yesterday, I really just discussed the understanding of how you market on social media. Number one, Facebook. And even with the Instagram platform, a lot of people don't understand marketing on here. I had a great conversation with an esthetician that came into the store, and she kept saying, I don't want to be on social media. There's a lot of things that I don't agree with social media about. And I told her, it's not about agreeing. You're just going where your clients are. If your clients are coming into your treatment room and they open up their phone and they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on, YouTube, that's where you have to be. You have to go where they are. People don't read flyers anymore. People don't read business cards. People don't even really read books like that anymore. So you got to kind of change when the marketing changes. And so it's interesting that the conversation I had was really about, your service menu. And I got a lot of messages from estheticians saying, I never understood the importance of my service menu. And I said, the service menu is not what's important. It's where you give directions to most people all the time. Anytime someone walks into a salon, a, nail place, a spa, to an esthetician, they're really asking for your service menu for the pricing. Where we lose people and we kind of push them into that state of confusion is when we don't have clear instructions. And I'm always about time. I think the biggest and fastest way for you to grow your clientele is to tell them how long, the time commitment with you is going to be and what they pay for. That's it. Massage has been doing this for years. They have 30, 60, 90. And we think that we're better than them, and we don't have to do the 30, 60, 90. I love the 30, 60, 90 rule. I think it's very simple. People understand it. For 30 minutes, this is how much I pay. For 60 minutes, this is how much I pay. For 90 minutes, this is how much I pay. There's no confusion. And then when I talk to estheticians and I tell them that, they're kind of like, I get it now. If you're developing a signature, every treatment you do is going to be customized. So it's not going to be a certain amount or a certain pattern you're going to do things. You're treating people based off their skin condition when they see you. So if you're doing it in that way, then the 30, 60, 90 is easy. You charge for your time. That's it. No more complications. No more 8 or 9 facials and no more, hey, Miss Tiffany. No more, treatments versus facials, because a lot of you guys don't understand the difference between treatments and facials either. And vice versa. A lot of you guys offer peels and you call them facials. No, those are a treatment. Microdermabrasion is a treatment. So, when I really get very specific on what I want people to know, how I want to give them directions, there's no level of confusion. And I'm really harking on that right now because I think a lot of us are confusing our customers and our clients because we're confused. We think that, looking at what other people do is how it's going to affect our business. That's not how this works. You have to find your own signature. What do you enjoy doing? What do people come to you for? What is your most requested service? That's how you build a signature. Then from there, the better you get at it, the more money you can ask for it. That's it. Absolutely. And time is always easier. People don't have a problem paying for time. What people have a problem paying for is something they don't understand. And this is why I say, service menus can be your detriment as well, is because if you put too much information on there, people don't understand. And if you put too much information on there, people don't understand. What's the point I'm saying that? If you have more than 3 treatments or facials, it's confusing. If you have and up, it's confusing. You said you switched to 30, 60, 90 and my business is better. You're trying to come and text for the mastermind. You need to come on out here, Tiffany. I don't know why you're not coming. And I'm really limiting this year. I'm only going to do 15 people. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do any more than that. And partly is because in order for me to focus on your business and figure out what's going on in your business, I can't have like 50 people. And I kind of like that intimate. I like being able to have that many people really say, okay, I'm willing to bring all the stuff I've been doing in my business and say, have at it, you know. Angela's great about it. Angela, if you guys don't know, Angela has an MBA, so she has that business mind as well. She's really savvy on the employees, you paying your taxes, what you should be doing. Like, she's the one that created the cost per service. So if you're not familiar with that, send me a PM. I can send you that link. But she knows her numbers, you know. Cost per service, I feel that people who know how much they need to make on each service will never undercharge. I love when estheticians say, well, I'm going to look around and see what other people are charging, and then I'm going to charge that. That's not how this works. You have your rent, your income, your bills, your stuff. That's you. You got to plug those numbers in, and, you know, you got to get the cent for each stick. You got to know how much each stick cost. How much does each Q-tip cost? How much does each piece of gauze? Each piece of 2x2, each piece of 4x5. Do you know how much those cost when you use them in a service? If you don't, you need that cost per service. You got to get those numbers down. And people laugh because they're like, well, you know, I only pay, you know, $6 or $7 for some gauze. Each gauze costs money. The reason a lot of us go broke is because we don't know our numbers. And it's basic. How much it costs to do the service from the supplies that you use and what you charge. That's it. That's how you price it. So some of you guys who've been looking around saying, well, I'm just going to charge about $65 or $70 for this. You have no idea how much that service costs you. And there's some expensive services out there, especially when you start talking about branded back bar products or a certain, you know, treatment. They can get expensive. So you got to really make sure that you're covering that cost. If you don't know the cost or how to calculate the cost, that's where the worksheet comes in. You basically plug in, you know, she has one for waxing and she has one for skincare. So with skincare, you're going to plug in your gloves, you're going to plug in your sponges, your 2x2s, whatever you're using in the treatment. You're going to guess, you know, 1 ounce or half ounce. How much are you using of the cleanser? How much are you using of the mask? How much are you using of the moisturizer? You got to know those numbers. It's not 1 pump or 2 pumps. No, every time you pull product out, you are going to, it's costing you money. Every time you use a product on someone's face, body, it costs money. Your job is to know how much it costs and what you can charge to cover that cost and also make a profit. That's why you have to have a cost per service sheet. Now, waxing is different than facials, but waxing can be way cheaper, but some of you guys are even undercutting yourself. You know, you got to factor in your rent. You got to factor in paying yourself too. So all of that comes in that cost per service. And that's why I say it's not just putting a service on the menu and saying this is how much it costs because this is how much so-and-so is charging across the street or down the street or over there. Honey, this game is done all the way different. And if you don't know the difference in that, getting that worksheet will change and blow your mind. The nice thing I like about it too is that worksheet will put in how much you want to make an hour. So for me, and it's funny, in the class we always do my $250 facial. I think I'm yielding in that hour, because it's a 90-minute treatment, I think I'm yielding over $100. That's after my cost for the products that I use. That's the type of money I want to be making. Like, I want to make $100 every half hour. That's my goal. And with those kinds of goals, then you don't work 5 and 6 hours a day. If you get $100 every half hour, shoot, you can put everybody in a 3-day cycle and keep going. See, and that's the kind of time freedom that we're all looking for. We're just not figuring out the right ways to do it. We don't want to take the time to do a cost per service sheet. We don't want to take the time to understand that we could get that if we put everybody in a 3-day cycle and not spread ourselves out over 6 days. And I've always said that. When people say, well, if it's on a schedule, well, why are you not available on this day? And it's like, I'm not available. Oh, but it's blocked out. I'm not available. Or if they want to text me, do you have this available? I'm only working on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's it. That's all. Appointments are taken for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's it. And then when I become real popular, I would do maybe only 2 Saturdays a month because I want my weekends too. So that means everybody got in. And the thing about our industry is that if you're available, people don't respect your time. When you're not available and you have a list, people want to respect your time. And I don't know why that is, but that's how it works in our industry. If you're not busy, you can be like, oh, pick whatever time you want to come in. Honey, people will waste your time. The minute you tell people, you know what, you got to book now for at least 4 to 6 weeks ahead of time, they'll be like, what happened? Oh, honey, I'm busy. Well, what happened? I'm busy. This is how it is. And the thing that I always say, fake it till you make it. I'm like, I got a full day coming up. So, we rebooked for 4 weeks, but why don't I go ahead and rebook you for 4 weeks after that? Because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get you in. And then people just look at me. I've always done that. I'm always doing double books. I never do single books. Because here's the thing. That means that I know you're coming twice. So imagine if you do that to all of the clientele that come and see you. You book them out for the 4 weeks and 4 weeks after that. That's how you do it. And I always take it the same way when you go to the dentist. They never ask if you're coming back for your 6-week or 6-month, cleaning. What do? Make an appointment and hand you a card. Some of you guys need to start using that tactic too. I'm only available on these days at this time. Do you want to go ahead and get it now? Because I don't think it'll be available when you think to call me to see, or text me, or go online to see if it's available. If you plant a sense of urgency, people then will say, okay, yeah, I want to go ahead and I want to book it to make sure I have it. When you say that you have plenty of time, or you can pick a time, can we pick a time or day for you to come in? That's the wrong terminology. What you need to do is say, these are the days that I have available. This is the times. Which time is good for you? And you know what? I looked at my calendar for the next month. I'm not sure I'm going to have that same time and available. Do you want to go ahead and lock it in now? I would suggest that you lock it in now. That way I know that you're going to get in and the holiday rush won't boot you out. Book 2 appointments ahead. That will get your money right. Some of you guys don't have your money right because you're not booking 2 appointments ahead. You're asking them what they want and when they want to come in. You got to be like the dentist. The dentist doesn't ask. They give you the card and say, I'll see you in 6 months on this day at this time. That's how you have to be. I'm available on this day, and these are your 2 time options. Which one would you like? Notice I never asked you. All I asked is, which one did you want to choose? People will do that. And then I always spin it. You know what? 4 weeks from that date, for your next appointment after that, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get you in on that time. It's going to be real crazy coming up with these holidays. Do you want to go ahead and get that now? I would suggest you do, because my schedule is going to get real crazy, and I want to make sure you're taken care of before your family and your friends and your holiday time. Most people say yes. Yep. The key to it is putting it into their hands and making them so important that your time is also valuable, but that they need to make sure that they have it, that they have their appointment. That's it. I've always done that, and it's always worked. People want to make sure they get their time. What a lot of us do, and I've actually said I need to do a training on this, is even with retail, we ask instead of tell. I tell people what they need, why it's beneficial. I don't ask anybody if they want it. My retail sales have always been that way. Nope. There is no ask. There is, you need this product because it's going to do A, B, and C. And what I just did on your face now is this product right here. So you love the way you're glowing and the softness when you get home. Let's go ahead and extend that for another 2 or 3 weeks. by using this product here. You're going to see a change in your skin. That's it. Some of you guys will say, oh, well, did you want to go ahead and add that on to this today? Did you want to pick this up today? That's a question. When you sell, you never ask them what they think, what they want. It's never that way. It's the opposite. You're giving them the reason why they should have it. And I always tell people, you need it. And this is the reason why you need it. And I want to have those results that we just got on your skin be extended beyond today. If you're going to go home and use the same products that you used before you came to see me, you're going to erase all of everything that I've done. You're going to. So you need to be able to extend what I've done today, and we want to see those results last on your skin for a while. Don't go home and use what you have, because I've cleaned all of your skin up. I've nourished it. I've given it everything that it needs. You're not doing that. These products will allow you to do that. These are the 3 products that I used today in your treatment. Which one of these 3 would you like to take home today? Or do you think you need all 3? That's how I do my sales. I don't ask. And it's usually, well, what do you think I need? So in priority, this is what I feel that you need. You're going to need the cleanser, obviously, because this is what that's for. You're going to need the serum, especially at night. And you're going to need some sunblock. But what I would also suggest is a little bit for the fine lines that are right here with this eye treatment cream. And then when you start to see yourself getting a little bit drier, I would love for you to mix this in with your sun protection every day. That's how you sell. It's not, would you like? What do you think? None of that. I never ask those questions because I don't care what they think. I don't really care. What I'm doing is telling them what they need. There's a difference. And I always have estheticians, they always come up to me and they're like, what do you mean? That you say it so easy. That's how I talk to people. Big difference in a month-end reports when I tell them what to buy after a treatment. Absolutely. You know, and I've always done my 5. So when they come up to the checkout counter or the desk or whatever they're going to leave, there's always 5 treatments there. And I'm going to explain what I did because I use those same ones in the treatment. Which one would you, and I always say, these are all of what you need right now. Do you love the way your skin is feeling? I do. I think it's phenomenal. I would hate for you to go home and use the same products that you have at home and you just waste all the money you spent with me. And I'm like, well, I don't want to waste it. I don't want you to waste it either. So this is what I'm going to suggest. This is what you're going to use in the daytime. It's going to use at night. Blah, 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 blah. I can write it down for you and then you're good to go. We're going to go ahead and get the 5. And then they're like, oh, well, which one? And actually, I don't ask if you're going to get the 5. I always say, you know what? If of the 5, here's the 3 that I think you need to take home today. 1, 2, 3. And most people look at the 3 and say, well, why don't I just get all of them? If I'm getting 3, I might as well get all of them. I always do 5. 5 products. So I challenge every esthetician, get 5. If you're doing a facial product, you're going to pull out 5. If you don't retail any of my post-wax products, you need to get those too. And I have 5 of them, actually. I have the Ouch Balm, I have the Green Cream, I have Calm, I have Barnajar, and I have my personal bars. Those 5 can be put right out there when they're checking out as well. I always do 5 products. I explain exactly what they need to have them for, and I give them the option. And I say, if you want the top 3 out of these 5, these are the 3, and I push them forward towards them. These are the 3 that I would suggest for you to take home today. And I'm like, really? And I always have the personal bar in there. And then I'm like, okay, well, I might as well get all 3, all 5. That's how I sell. I don't ever ask. And some of you guys are asking your way to the no. If you ask, it's an automatic no. And so that's one of the things that I do in my masterclass too, is I talk about the retail sales and say, tell me why I should buy this one product. And then when they tell me, I'm like, I would never buy it because you're not selling it to me. You're not telling me why I need it. That's your job, is to tell me why I need it. Personal cleansing bar and BiBup mask get sold together after Brazilian. Absolutely. That's how I get people to understand. I'm telling them what they need, not what they want. When you ask someone, you give them too much leeway in that conversation. So if you're really struggling with your retail sales or your post-treatment sales, it's because you're asking instead of telling. You got to tell. And the other part of that is a lot of you guys don't know the benefits of the product and why they need it. So instead of coming from, well, this is what this is good for, you need to start saying what it's good for that person. So for your skin, this would be beneficial because blah, blah, blah. Your skin would benefit from this because blah, blah, blah. You see the difference? And again, I'm with my 5. So whether I'm doing facials or whether I'm doing waxing, they're always going to see 5 treatments. No less than 5. And when I worked in the city, oh my God, I had thousands of treatments. So I still would pull 5. Majority of the people bought out 5. It's because I'm giving them awareness to it from what I did in the treatment. So I taught, and I put my finger on it. When we started your service today, this is what I cleansed you with. This was the eye makeup remover that I used. If they need an eye makeup remover, they always buy that. Women always buy those 2 combinations. This is what I massaged into your skin. This is what I also massaged into your hands. I'll take the tester, open that up, pull their hands out, massage their hands while I'm talking to them. And then they walk away and they're still rubbing their hands. This is what I use for the serum before I put the sunblock on. And this is the eye treatment that I went in and we patted around the eye. Of these 5 today, I suggest you take these 3 home. This, and this. That's it. So there's no more of the asking. I don't ask for service appointments and I don't ask for product sales. I tell. So in 4 weeks, this is the date and this is the time. You want to go ahead and get your phone out to look at your schedule. Let's make sure this is good. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and look at 4 weeks past that, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get you in. Holidays are coming in now, so it's going to be a little bit busier. I want to make sure your appointment's secure. That's it. And I don't care what holiday it is. I'm always talking about a holiday that's 2 months out. Or my schedule may change. Whenever you put a sense of urgency on why they should see you, they will commit. If they know they can just pick up the phone or just go onto your schedule and just be able to come in that day, there is no sense of urgency. None. And people always ask me, they're like, how does it come so easy to you? You know why it comes easy to me? I make people feel, and they do, that my time is valuable. I'm not sitting in the treatment room waiting for you. I do have a life. I do balance and do other things. But when I'm here, I'm here. But you also have to make sure you value my time when I'm here as well. That's the difference. People expect that when they go to someone, especially if they're very popular and especially if they're very busy. You know, now some of them will still jack around with your time. But for the most part, the loyal ones, oh yeah, they'll book 2 appointments out. They'll buy what you tell them to buy. It's just, how do you present it? Are you presenting it as it being beneficial? If you're not presenting it like it'd be beneficial to them, they're gonna be like, okay, well, no, you know. And these people who come in and waste your time and ask you all these questions about products and then turn around and leave, I don't really even waste my time with people like that. One, again, this goes back to private label. If you have products on the shelves that have your name on it, they're not going to go home and be able to look at Amazon or eBay and research any of it. Number 1. Number 2, it also gives you more of a leg up, because if they're going to ask these questions, they know they're not going to be able to go research it. They're going to kind of want it. You know, I'm a big fan of testers in hands. Anything that's a moisturizer, you're definitely going to massage into their hands while you're talking to them. And so that way they walk around and they have, you know, stuff on their hands. I always did that. And for my touchy-feely ones after facials, I would actually put the sunblock in their hands. So if they are going to go to the bathroom or they're going to want to look at themselves in the mirror in the room and they're touching all over their face, they're just adding more sunblock. I've always done that. And that's a secret that I've done from early in my career. I'm like, what do you mean? Why do you put sunblock on their hands? Because they're going to touch their face at some point. So I'd rather them just apply it to their face. How you know you're going to touch your face? Most women go right to that car and pull that mirror down and be all up in their face. Or they go to the bathroom and they're going to go, oh. When they're doing that, they're putting sunblock back on their face again. See? See how easy it is? You just got to know what to do, guys. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the love on my book. I know we have so many people buying my book and using it and getting those worksheets out and getting your tip challenges together and looking at your money in a whole different way. You got to look at that money a whole different way. And see, money's powerful. A lot of us don't realize how powerful it is until we don't have it. Be emotional when you're broke. I'm telling you, emotions come when you don't have. I have an ebook. My ebook launched October 1st, I think. Yeah, my ebook almost a month ago. So if you go on to my website at Smooth Skin Supply, or click the link in the bio and you go to my website, you can either get it print or on or an ebook. So yeah, relationship and money, and it all goes hand in hand. You know, your relationship with money, with how you spend money, with how you look at money. Do you respect it? Do you want to keep it? Is it very liquid for you? Do you look at it? You know, all those things are all kind of money issues that a lot of us don't really do well with, especially if we have money issues before we become a business owner. Once you become a business owner, your money relationship is even worse. It's going to be magnified. It's either going to be a great experience or it's going to be a horrible experience, because there's going to be some times when you get a lot of money in, and if you are not great at keeping track of it and controlling how you spend it, it's going to be hard for you. It really is. I was having this conversation with this lady yesterday about business, and she was saying that she got rid of all her credit cards. And I told her, I said, controlling that credit card is easier than not having it. I said, but I also use it for my frequent miles. I said, I fly a lot, so it's easier for me to use it for, frequent flyer miles and then pay that credit card off. It's also easier for me to keep track too. I said, but there's discipline there. I don't have a Visa check card for my personal account or for my business account. There's no ability for me to just walk in somewhere and take a card and just swipe that money away. I stopped doing it. In order for me to be accountable, I can't have access to it. And our issue is that a lot of us have these check cards to where we have no accountability for that money that we spend, and then we don't really pay attention when it's depleting. We don't look at it. We only look and see how much we have. We don't, and that's, I think, the detriment to having debit cards is really just, there is no real connection there when you swipe a card. When you don't have a card to swipe, then you really got to figure it out. Yep. And my husband and I haven't had a debit card for pretty much our entire time together. We don't have debit cards to our accounts at all. And got to be accountable. And I think for most of us, we just can't control it that much. The first place I would say to start is definitely in your business. If you have a business Visa check card, get rid of it. Become more accountable. That you'll see, or don't keep it in your wallet. If you have to have it, that's what you pay for your stuff. I get that, but don't keep it on you all the time in your everyday. Lock it up and keep it only at the office and only use it for office stuff, and then put it back in there and lock it up. If it's in your wallet and you have access to it, it's just another card that you can use to just swipe and not be accountable. And I've learned some hard lessons with that, because for a long time I was like, no, it's so easy, it's so convenient. But they want it to be easy and convenient, so you don't really understand what you're doing with it. I was after my dad for a long time because he's a check writer. My dad, I think, is up to the 100,000 in his check. I don't even know, but it's a high number. He's been with Bank of America since 1972. So he's one of the golden members or something like that. But I always laugh because he's a check writer. He's not a big fan of using the debit card at all. Well, one, he thinks that somebody gonna try to steal his PIN code, but the other part of it is because every Sunday he balances everything. So he'll print off all of his transactions, he'll take his checkbook, and he does balances. There's not too many people that even know how to balance a checkbook. So for me, I'm not a big checkbook balancer, but I understand the check card, so it was very easy for me to get rid of it. So anything that I physically have to do, that I need to, I'm gonna have to go into the bank and I'm gonna have to be accountable for it. That's a lot. And I think some of us need to go to that extreme, especially those of us who spend, and then we come up and say, okay, well, I should be able to make it back this week. Next week is the 1st, I should be able to pay for rent. But then you go and you swipe yourself, swipe your money away. That's hard. It gets old. Chasing money you don't have and trying to figure it out. It really does. It gets real old. there's a lot of people out here today, and nobody. You know what? I'm laughing because I usually come from the carpool line, and I usually be irritated. But I think, can you see behind me? Can you guys see over there? They have some cones in the street. They done blocked it to where people can't come and jump in front anymore. So I don't know if somebody saw my blog on Facebook and they started laughing. I'm not sure, but I'm excited because they can't come and cut no more. Well, there's somebody done cut. How did they get around? Oh, they're not cutting. Oh, they are cutting. Well, somebody done found a way to get around the little cones. That's sad. My child. Instagram, it's always a pleasure. You guys I always love entertaining you guys. I usually try to come and do an Instagram live at least 2 times a week. I try to. Facebook I do twice a week. And for me, 4 times a week is big. I thought my child said it was pajama day, because ain't nobody in pajamas but her. Oh no, there's another girl in pajamas. Oh, please don't tell my child that she was the only one in pajamas today. Yeah, I don't see. Oh, okay, there's another girl. She got house shoes on. Okay, never mind. I guess Celine did. I guess other kids have. Because I was about to say, my poor baby was the only one that had pajamas on. And she has a full onesie on. So, look. Can I turn this around? Yeah, I can turn it around. So, see, she has her little onesie on. She's the only one that wore a onesie. With her little panda bear onesie. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Hey, Mom.
You put my makeup. Good job, Mom.
Good job. There's no other kids that have the pajamas on.
Mom, yes, I did. What you talking about?
Oh.
Everybody's wearing pajamas.
Oh, okay. All right.
You gotta pay attention.
I gotta pay attention. Okay. All right. All right, guys. I'm signing off until next time, huh?
See.
Oh, okay. You didn't close the door away. Until next time.
Wait, I want to say hi.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Okay. Oh, goodness. Bye.
Is me, Mom, people saw you playing?
Yep.